Trump struggles to say the word climate and reveals he recently took a cognitive test.
A few months ago, I took a cognitive test. My doctor gave me. I said, give me a cognitive test just so we can, because you know what the standards were. And I aced it. I also took one when I was in, the White House. No, I'll let you know when I go bad. I really think I'll be able to tell you, because someday we go bad, like Haley. She talks about, we don't need 80-year-old. Well, I don't mind being 80, but I'm 77. That's a big difference. Big difference.
Did you guys see the unbelievably...
Who is this?
Okay, so I'm sure as many of you already know, Trump is going to get the nomination unless he is barred from getting the nomination. Yes? I think all of us can agree on this front. 77 is only 3 years from 80. Math is hard for him, okay? It's hard. It's really hard for him. All right? Why can't I find this footage? I want to see this. And then, why has Trump taken multiple cognitive tests? They're usually done if there's a suspicion of mental decline. Last night we saw the former president mistake Haley for Pelosi. Has he experienced other symptoms? Our country's so fucked. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whoa, you can't make this shit up, dude. So let's watch Ron DeSantis. Let's watch Meatball Ron. Let's watch Ron DeSanctimonious talk about his L's. Let's go.
Greetings from Florida.
Why does that sound like something someone would say if they weren't a human being? Greetings from Florida. What the? All right.
The warmth of being home is a reminder why I've chosen public service, from joining the United States Navy and serving in Iraq to representing the people in the U.S. Congress, and now serving as governor of Florida. And it reminds me why I decided to run for president, to fight for those who've been forgotten in this country. This is America's time for choosing. We can choose to allow a border invasion, or we can choose to stop it. We can choose reckless borrowing and spending, or we can choose to limit government and lower inflation. We can choose political indoctrination, or we can choose classical education. These choices are symptoms of the underlying struggle to ensure that constitutional government can endure and that Western civilization can survive. And we launched this campaign to bring accountability to government, regain sovereignty at our border, and restore sanity to our society. We cannot succeed as a country if we allow our nation to be invaded, our currency to be debased, our cities to crumble, and our kids to be indoctrinated.
Based on what?
The DC elites who facilitated this mess do not care about you, and they do not work for you. They work for themselves. They seek to accumulate power at your expense to pursue an agenda that is harmful to the American people. Citizens do not serve politicians. It is the duty of politicians to serve you. Talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words.
Y'all doing a real bad job then. Why the fuck is weed not legal? The vast majority of Americans, at the very least, think weed should be decriminalized. And a majority of Americans think that weed should be legal. So you're not really doing a good job serving. Me, on the other hand, I do be serving. Oh, God. Sorry. The joke came into my head, and I had to share it. I also Googled 70% while trying to find the marijuana Pew Research poll. I was like, Wikipedia number 70. Okay, that's not what I meant to look up. Yeah, here it is. April 2021. Oh, this is also according to Pew Research from October, actually from 2022, the end of 2022. So this is information from a year old. 59% of Americans think that it should be completely legal for recreational use or medical use. And another 30% say medical use, also like only medical use. So at least 90% of people in America think that it should be available as an option for medical use. And 60% of Americans think it should be legal, period. %60 is a solid majority, let alone 90. Yeah, that's as majority it gets. Exactly. Also, there's no research that shows, not a single piece of research that shows that marijuana will first of all, that you can overdose and die from overdoses, which is huge. Okay. Most drugs, you have to, not all, but most drugs, you have to be concerned. That you inject too much weed or something, right? You don't have to worry about that. Cool. Worst case scenario, you have like a really bad time and you're like, how do I stop? I don't want to be here. Worst case scenario, all right? Can confirm. There's no research that shows that it makes you violent. There's fucking nothing. There's no research on any of this shit, all right? Just make it legal. Okay? Just make it legal. I have too many friends that work fucking federal jobs and they never get to get high with me because they're not allowed to. Because it's against federal law. I just want to get high with my friends. Is that so much to ask? Is that so much to fucking ask? Are you fucking kidding me? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You work some stupid ass fucking pencil pusher job, fucking, like you work like some healthcare job that happens to be government sponsored. And so you don't get to do weed. Because if you get tested, if they do a random test, guess what? You get fired. Come on, man. Fucking come on, dude. Just make it legal. Just make it legal, please. In California, jobs can't discriminate against you for testing positive for weed for pre-employment. Yeah, I mean, I did see this recently came out that they've removed employers' ability to fire people in California. You're not allowed to refuse to hire someone because they tested positive for like having done weed in the past like month or some shit. However, I think that there are exceptions for dangerous jobs. So like if you operate a forklift, that sort of thing, those are instances where I think that they make exceptions and you are still allowed to enforce that. And number two is they're still allowed to test you to see if you're high on the job. But the testing is different than how we usually think of testing. So most testing, we imagine like a piss test. I believe that there are methods that are similar to like a breathalyzer. And you're just not allowed to be high at work. You can be fired for being high at work, which is fair. Okay. I'll take that. Okay. I'll take some progress. Okay. All right. Is mouth swabs? Is that the method? I know there's a couple methods that can test that, right? So, don't be high at work. That's fair. I feel like people should be able to go home, get as high as they want. Okay. And as long as tomorrow morning they show up to their shift and they're sober, I think that that's fine, actually. All right. Also, in general, though, if you work some stupid bullshit job, you should totally be allowed to be high on the job. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if it's the rule or that they don't care and nobody gives a fuck. Every single dispensary I've been to, there's at least one person there that's high. You can tell that. But I think that that's fair. Honestly, that's based because why would you want to go to a dispensary filled with sober people? Wouldn't you want like to go to a dispensary where they're like, oh yeah, no, I tried those 10 minutes ago. They're really good. No, like really, no, they're really good. It's like, oh shit, for real? Damn, give me 10. You look blasted, man. You look like you're having a good time. You know what I mean? That's fair. Okay. Showing up to your job and you just work at a fucking dispensary. I think you can be high at it if you work at a dispensary. But I understand. I understand that there are some jobs that you still don't want that. Totally makes sense. 100% understand. Agree. If you work a bullshit job, like, I'm sorry. Every single sales rep, like the people that have to work at Macy's, those people should be allowed to get high on the job. Okay. I'm just going to say it, okay? Those jobs suck ass and they're stupid jobs, okay? They're dumb jobs. There's no danger. It's like, oh, come on. They should be required to. Yeah, they shouldn't be so high that they have to lay down or that they can't think. A little high as a tree, okay? Okay. I agree. Don't ask me where that top is. I don't know, lady. A lot of customer service jobs. As long as you're still able to do the job. Oh God, the Karen isn't going to get her fucking eyeliner 2 seconds faster because you're a little stoned. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. If you work like operating a forklift, you should be completely sober. That makes sense. Probably don't want people operating forklifts or like construction workers moving around heavy equipment and they're really fucking high. That sounds like a hazard. That sounds like a hazard. What's the worst thing that'll happen if you work at a fucking Macy's and you're high? What's the worst thing? You get hungry in the middle of your shift? Okay. I think it's fine. All right, it's Dave. Hey, it's fine. Okay. My barbers are always stoned. It's the best vibe. But also, I wouldn't want a fucking forklift driver being drunk. You know what I mean? That sounds bad as well. And oh my God, yeah. Teachers have the teachers more than anyone else. Okay. Maybe not on the job because you want teachers like being sharp on the job, but they should be allowed to get high after fucking work. All right. They have to deal with children all fucking day. And when they go home, they're not allowed to just engage with a little bit of cannabis. Are you fucking kidding me? Those people need it more than any other people on the fucking planet. All right. How it is a crime that we don't allow them to get high. Okay. High while marking tests. As long as you mark it correctly. And there's levels of high. You know what I mean? Maybe not like grading papers. You probably want to be sober grading papers. But like that would be work hours, right? When they're not working at all and they're just relaxing. Also, they should be getting paid overtime for that. Let's just be real for a second, guys. Just be really real for a second. That should be work time and they should be getting paid overtime for that. If they're relaxing at home, okay. How do you enforce any of that? What's there to enforce? I'm just saying like as a hypothetical, you know, I think it's okay if sales reps get high. A couple other people get high on the job. It's okay. Everybody else only get high when you're at home or you're relaxing. Okay. That's never going to happen, of course. But can we just federally legalize it, please? Can we please? All right, sorry, I got on a weed stun lock, excuse me. Stoners rise up. Stoners rise up. Also, can we just say really quickly, pain management? The number of people I've spoken to that talk about how weed has helped with pain management in a way that nothing else has had. And the side effects of weed, because you can get addicted to weed and there are negative side effects, you know. Any stoner that tells you that's not the case, they are unbelievably addicted, I promise you. Not every person that gets high is addicted, but some people definitely are, all right? The negative side effects, however, of weed do not come close to opioids or most other pain drugs. Like, the negative consequences of getting addicted to opioids, really bad. Really fucking bad. Okay? The negative side effects of getting addicted to weed, relative, not that bad. Really not that bad. You know? Not even close to alcoholism. You know? So anyways. I had a professor at college, as a college senior, that encouraged us to get papers in early because he drank Jack while grading and it made him a harsher grader, so later papers were worse off. Oh my God. That's fucking hilarious. Ethical? Maybe not. Hilarious? Definitely. Oh, yeah. Okay, back to Ron DeSantis. Whatever. Civil servants or something, he was saying that they're supposed to serve the people and they fucking don't.
Reversing the decline of this nation requires leadership that delivers big results for the people we are elected to serve.
Oh yeah, we're definitely getting big results.
With conviction, championing an agenda marked by bold colors, delivering on my promises, and defeating the people who are responsible.
Just say gay people, okay? Bold colors. Oh my.
For our nation's decline. That is the type of leadership we need for all of America. Now, over the past many months, Casey and I have traveled across the country to deliver a message of hope that decline is a choice and that we can, in fact, succeed again as a nation. Nobody worked harder, and we left it all out on the field. Now, following our second place finish,
guys, we worked so hard to remove abortion rights. We worked so hard.
In Iowa, we've prayed and deliberated on the way forward. If there was anything I could do to produce a favorable outcome, more campaign stops, more interviews, I would do it. But I can't ask our supporters to volunteer their time and donate their resources if we don't have a clear path to victory. Accordingly, I am today suspending my campaign. I'm proud to have delivered on 100% of my promises, and I will not stop now. It's clear to me that a majority of Republican primary voters want to give Donald Trump another chance. They watch his presidency get stymied by relentless resistance, and they see Democrats using lawfare this day to attack him. Well, I've had disagreements with Donald Trump, such as on the coronavirus pandemic and his elevation of Anthony Fauci. Trump is superior to the current incumbent, Joe Biden. That is clear. I signed a pledge.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
To support the Republican nominee, and I will honor that pledge. He has my endorsement because we can't go back to the old Republican guard of yesteryear, a repackaged form of warmed-over corporatism that Nikki Haley represents. The days of putting Americans last, of kowtowing to large corporations, of caving to woke ideology are over. I thank all of our passionate supporters who have stood by us through it all. That we had people volunteer to come to Iowa in the middle of a blizzard to knock on doors and make phone calls touched us dearly. No candidate had more thrown at him, but no candidate had so many committed volunteers and staff. Finally, I want to thank my wife, Casey, and our kids, Madison, Mason, and Mamie. Casey's gone far
above. What the fuck are those names? Oh my God.
But no candidate had so many committed volunteers and staff.
I want to see the subtitles. Try. I need to see this.
Finally, I want to thank my wife, Casey, and our kids, Madison, Mason, and Mamie.
Guys, full stop on white people naming their kids until we figure out what the fuck is going on. Okay, full stop. Ed, and Eddie type shit. Even the fucking caption was like, I'm not doing that. Nah. I don't know how the fuck to spell that. You're tripping. You think I know how to spell that. You get an M. That's what you get. All right?
Casey's gone far above and beyond in her support for our campaign and for our cause. She's not only a great wife and mother, she's a great American who cares deeply about the future of the country that our kids will inherit. Our kids have seen and done a lot on the trail, from playing on the famed Field of Dreams baseball site in Iowa to making their first snowman in New Hampshire. They are one of the reasons we fight so hard for what we believe in. Winston Churchill once remarked that success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. While this campaign has ended, the mission continues. Down here in Florida, we will continue to show the country how to lead. Thank you, and God bless.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Shut the fuck up. Who asked you, bitch? I'm sorry, he's just so boring. This is the type of guy that would have won the Republican primary in like 2005. Me when my GPS volume is up. Dude, when the GPS volume is like loud or it's on, it's like, who asked? Who? I can see the directions. I don't need you to tell me left in 250 feet. Left in 150 feet. Make a left in 50 feet. Make a left now. You are making a left. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life, okay? It's a boomer feature. We need a statement that hits the way that fuck them kids hits. But for boomers. Because I feel like okay boomer has been tainted. So anyways. Die old man. Oh my God. Okay, so Vivek, R.I.P. Squeaks. So sad that he died. Vivek no longer in the run. He dropped out. DeSantis no longer in the run, dropped out. And the only person other than Trump is Nikki Haley, who most recently had some choice words about Social Security.
Well, you know, you've got multiple candidates on that stage that said.
She said she really told everybody, I know conservatives are sexist and you guys weren't going to vote for me anyways, but if you guys wanted another reason to not vote for me, besides the whole woman thing, I'll give you guys one.
Said they wouldn't touch entitlements, including Trump. And any candidate that says they're not going to touch entitlements means that they're basically going to go into office and then leave America bankrupt. Social Security is going to go bankrupt in 10 years. Medicare is going to go bankrupt in 8. So the way we deal with it is we don't touch anyone's retirement or anyone who's been promised in, but we go to people like my kids in their 20s when they're coming into the system and we say the rules have changed. We change retirement age to reflect life expectancy. Instead of cost of living increases, we do it based on inflation. We limit the benefits on the wealthy, and we expand Medicare Advantage plans.
What's the right age there then, Ambassador?
Well, I think we have to do the numbers. We've got to figure out what it is. But what we do know is 65 is way too low, and we need to increase that. We need to do it according to life expectancy. Well, you know, you've got multiple candidates on that stage that said they...
This isn't the clip, but there was a... There's another clip of her saying 70. That they should raise it to 70. Guys, just work until you're 70. Just work until you're 70. Duh. Like, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Let me say something. Okay? Let me say something. There are definitely jobs that you can do despite age. And there are definitely jobs that people enjoy doing in their 50s, in their 60s, in their 70s, for sure. If you genuinely love what you do, you want to keep working. That's why there are some boomers that continue to show up to their jobs, even though they're like 74. And it's like, you have enough money to retire. Go retire. And it's like, yeah, but if I retire, I don't have anything anymore to do. And I want to still see my coworker friends and stuff. And I don't have anything else to do. So I'm still working because of that. Okay. And don't get me wrong, again, like, you need to be realistic about, you know, funding within Social Security, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and like how else we can fund it. Tax the billionaires. And let's be realistic, okay? You could working a work from home job, I wouldn't mind doing that at like 60 or something, right? On like levels of how badly would I not want to do this? Work from home job at 60, it's not that bad. It's okay. It's not what I want to do when I'm 60. Are you fucking kidding me? But whatever. What about all the people who don't work those jobs? What about like all the people that do physical labor that we need? What about like all the people who are like electricians? What about the people who are plumbers? What about the people who work construction jobs? What about the people who go do whatever the fuck they do in the sewers? What about all those jobs? They're supposed to be working physical labor jobs until they're 70? Okay. I understand that they're workaholics and leaving a workplace after doing it for so long can leave you feeling empty, but man, a person who worked in harsh manual labor to 70 is killer. Yeah. Again, I totally could perceive the type of person that they've dedicated so much of their life to their job and their workplace and their coworkers, and they really do like what they do. Maybe they don't love it, but they like doing it. And then they tried retiring and then they found themselves just kind of bored, you know? And they were like, I'm going to go back to doing software engineering. That was at least I felt like I was doing something I was good at. I'll just go back to doing that. Maybe I'll work part-time or something. I don't know. I refuse to believe. Okay? I refuse to believe. Shh, super tricks, don't tell anyone. I refuse to believe that there's anyone doing a physical manual labor job that wants to continue doing that at 70. Or at the very least, until 70. No. Fucking no. I don't believe you. Right now, Social Security doesn't tax more than $186,000 of income. If that maximum cap was raised, Social Security would be completely fine. Yeah. That's why I said tax the rich. 90% tax rate for billionaires. What? Who said that? 90% tax rate for to billionaires. What? Who would ever say something like that? What? What? Must have been the wind. Must have been the wind. Mayor cat. He's loafing. Even as a software engineer, you're going to age out. Any job, basically, I feel like you're kind of expected to go into management by like 30 or 40. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I had professors in college who explicitly said, I have tenure. I can retire whenever I want. I like teaching. I feel like it keeps me sharp. And I still love learning just as much as I did when I was younger. And I still love teaching. I love being a professor. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I can understand a world where people want to continue working and people are still want to do that. Not everybody. Okay, not everyone. For sure. And you should be allowed to be given that choice to retire if you want to. I'd rather die than be forced to go into management versus doing my actual job. Ugh. Professors like that are unique in the entire economy, and capitalism trying to destroy the institution that allowed the job to exist. You know, I'm sad that like being an academic is no longer a viable career choice, for a lack of better words. I want to just study for the rest of my life. That's what I want to do. I want to read and study for the rest of my life. That'd be so cool. I want to be a scholar. Okay, that's what I want to do. I want to main being a scholar. I work in academia. All the faculty have horrible work-life balances. I'm not surprised. Don't get me wrong. There's really like a lot of people there's a lot of professors that suck. But there's also a lot of professors that are really cool. I felt like I got really lucky. Talking to other people, I felt like I got really lucky with the professors I got. Because I had a lot of professors, I had shitty professors too, but I had a lot of professors that fucking they loved what they did and they genuinely enjoyed it. And if you showed up, like they would say to us, the students, guys, I have office hours. I am required to have office hours. The school requires me to have at least like 5 hours of office hours every week. I'm just sitting in that room by myself. Please show up. I would much rather fucking spend the time helping you guys pass the class than I would just sitting there doing nothing. Please just come. Please just come. And when you did go to the office hours, they genuinely were giving you 100% attention. You know? It's like, I was really confused about this. Oh, okay, well, what's confusing you? Oh, well, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, did you just blah, 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 try this, blah, blah. Oh, whoa, cool. And then you would leave and you would understand the material. And Sorry. I feel a certain kind of way.